Having a good life is when we have all the things we need and want. It could involve enough basic goods, some success and recognition, some pleasure and enjoyment, some love and friendship, some learning and understanding on choosing wisely, and most importantly, developing the virtues of character. We consider our life as a good one when we have all these things and when we are capable to achieve this in a young age. Good life is when we started developing our unique human capacities, the most important of which was the ability to reason and to see our purpose and worth.
Good day everyone, I am Trilin Kananan and I am going to tackle about the good life. So the introduction, technology is the means by which we extend and amplify our physical and mental abilities to impose our will on the material world and realize what we believe to be the good life. So what is good life? It is living in comfort and luxury with just a few problems and worries. Getting happiness from living and doing well, and of course contentment. If you are living in comfort and luxury, you prefer your life as a good one. So according to Aristotle, happiness consists in achieving through the course of a whole lifetime all the goods, health, wealth, knowledge, friends, etc. that lead to the perfection of human nature and to the enrichment of human life. This requires us to make choices, some of which may be very difficult. So, when we are happy with our life and contented with what we have, good health and wealth, of course knowledge and wisdom that we have, and relationship with other people or with our family, friends, and with God. So, what is eudaimonia? For Aristotle, eudaimonia is the highest human good, the only human good that is desirable for its own sake, as an end in itself, rather than for the sake of something else as a means toward some other end. So we have the ingredients of the good life. It is often pointed out to the point of being a cliché that one of the difficulties of living in the modern world is the crumbling of traditional certainties and ensuing confusion about what values to hold and what aims to pursue. Time is limited and we are torn between competing aims, which is the career, family, personal development, education, success, money, and so on. Often we have no clear way of negotiating this. For each piece of advice, a conflicting one is forthcoming from another source. The first one is money and success. Money is clearly only a means to one end, therefore it can't be the main good. On the other hand, Aristotle does not advocate a life of renunciation. A moderate quantity of material comforts is necessary for our well-being, and a truly blessed life will be prevented by great misfortune. But what really determines the quality of our life is not our circumstances themselves, but what we make of them. Just like a general takes the most strategically appropriate decision with the army at his disposal, or a shoemaker makes the best possible shoes with the leather he is given, to use Aristotle's metaphors. Success or honor can't be the main good either, since it's too dependent on other people and the whims of fortune, and we don't just want to be honored and recognized. We want to be recognized by people we admire and for a good reason. Next is pleasure. Pleasure is certainly not the main good, and people whose main interest lies in bodily pleasures are described as living lives that are fit only for kata. But Aristotle ends up defending pleasure in two ways. Even purely bodily pleasures are good in moderation. We are embodied creatures, and too little appreciation of bodily pleasures can actually hinder our pursuit of good life. It is only excessive indulgence that is damaging and distracts us from more worthwhile pursuits. Also, there are different kinds of pleasures, and the best kind is that deriving from being involved in some worthwhile activity. Next is relationships. Relationships are very important in a good life. Aristotle says that we'd be hard pushed to describe someone who is totally solitary as having a good life, and that nobody will choose to live without friends, even if they had all the other goods. So a good life should include other people. Although again, this is not the main good. He recognizes three types of relationships: the useful, the pleasant, and the ones based on mutual admiration. The first two are incidental. The person is loved only insofar as she provides some good or pleasure. The third is the most solid and therefore most important, but we could add that the capacity to be alone is also important, and that some individuals may choose solitude for the sake of other pursuits such as contemplation. Lastly, the reason and the virtues. The main good for a human being is reason, since it is the characteristic human capacity, the one we don't share with other animals. There are different readings of this, but the plausible one is that although none of our capacities should be neglected, specifically human ones should be given a special place. So a good life should certainly contain some enjoyment connected with our biological nature, but our higher faculty should be given more importance. What about our capacity to feel deep emotions, to love, to be moved by art, music, nature? We could say, in an Aristotelian spirit, I believe that it's the whole package: senses, emotions, and reason, that characterizes us as human beings and should therefore be valued and cultivated. But reason should still keep hold of the reins. And that's all. Thank you.